Hi everyone, I'm Jemaku Brimstone and welcome to the review of One Blood, the second record by the band Shadows Fall. Today we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the record, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. This is like my 5th or 6th review of their music on this channel, so go check the previous reviews out. When it comes to my story with this band, it's pretty simple. I found this song Inspiration on Demand from their 4th record The War Within on some sampler back in like 2006, 2007, around those times. I was like, this is an amazing song. I had to check out their entire discography and I've been their fan ever since. Of One Blood is an interesting record for many reasons. First, let's talk about the lineup. We've got a new vocalist here, Brian Fair. Also did the lyrics on 6 of the songs. He's been with the band since Of One Blood, so for over 25 years. He replaced Phil Labonte, who went on to form All That Remains. For me personally, this was a great change because Brian has a better voice, is a better person altogether. Next we've got the founding members, John and Matt on the guitars and backing vocals. John is known for adding some growling into the mix, while Matt does some clean singing on the songs. He also did lyrics on the songs that were re-recorded from the debut album. Next we've got Paul on the bass. I think he's also a founding member. Last but not least we've got David on the drums. This is his last record with the band. Later on he was replaced by Jason Bittner, who's still in the band after all those years. So that's the story. And the producer is Zeus. For some reason in 2002 a compilation called Fear Will Drag You Down was released in Europe and Australia, and it's basically the same record but with 2 new songs from the Dead World EP, so Stepping Outside the Circle and Dead World. Stepping Outside was later re-recorded for The Art of Balance, and well, I did review both of these songs in my The Art of Balance review, so I'm not going to mention them here. The production here is quite interesting. When it comes to the original release from the year 2000, the production is raw. It sounds like a demo album of some sorts. The bass is very upfront, the drums are kinda in the back, same with the vocals and the guitars. All in all, it's not a bad production, but it's far from perfect. But finally, in the year 2008, Zeus did remaster the entire thing and it slaps. It sounds fantastic, it's tight, it's clean but heavy, the drums sound perfect, same with the guitars and the vocals, everything is up front. The only flaw of the remaster is that the bass is slightly in the background instead of being in the front. That's like the only setback here, but everything else is better. So, if you have a chance of listening to this record, grab the 2008 remaster, it sounds way better. That's just my opinion, you don't have to agree with that. If you've only heard the original one, go and check out the 2002 mix and then the 2008 one, and choose your favorite, because you've got 3 to choose from. I chose the 2008 remaster, and that's the version I will be talking about today, because I love how it sounds. Now let's talk about the message. It's diverse. The songs are mostly about inner struggles, finding peace and tranquility within yourself, but also society, romance, love, relationships. Depends on who wrote the lyrics, because when it comes to Brian, the lyrics are more poetic and like introspective about inner turmoils, and the songs that were re-recorded from the previous record are more about fake friends and relationships, love, romance, that kind of stuff. So that's like the main difference here. And the 8th song is actually about society and technology, so that's quite interesting. When it comes to the structure on this record, it's mostly advanced. What I mean is that the songs usually start by an intro, then we get some cool little segment, after that verse, then pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge with around 3 to 5 segments, at least 1 guitar solo, usually it's 2 or 3. Then we go back to the verse, pre-chorus, chorus, then another change, then the outro. Sometimes it's slightly different, like for example the title song opens up with a guitar solo and a new segment that later will not repeat, I guess. A lot of variety in the structure here, but what you need to remember is that a lot of things do repeat, like the chorus, the verses, the pre-choruses, at least 3 times in the song. Everything else happens like once or twice, but because they put the changes in weird places, it makes the songs more fresh. When it comes to music genre on this record, this is the last melodic death metal record by Shadows Fall. It continues the vibes of the previous one. On the next release, The Art of Balance, the band decided to incorporate more heavy metal, thrash metal elements into their music, which is quite interesting, but I did prefer the sound of One Blood because it's like a perfect mix of melodic death metal and slight hardcore and metalcore influences. Like, you can hear breakdowns in some of the songs, not every single one of them, which is actually quite fantastic because nowadays every song has a breakdown or two, and it's kinda annoying to me. So hearing this record with lots of cool melodies and ideas is quite refreshing. When it comes to musicianship on this record, let's start with the drummer. The drumming is perfect. His double bass work, the grooves, the style, the precision of his playing, it's all on top. It's sad that David was let go of the band because of his alcohol problems, but what can we do? At least his playing here is legendary. Now let's move on to the bass work by Paul. The bass is very audible on the original mix. On the remaster, it's in the background, but you can still hear him. He usually follows the guitars, but we have some moments here and there where he deviates from that stuff and plays his own lines on top of the guitars, which is great. I do enjoy his playing. Next, let's talk about the guitar work. It's flawless. Both of the guitarists, John and Matt, are straight up killing it. I love the guitar solos, so melodic and full of passion and emotions. The crunchy guitar riffs, the trashy, the death metal stuff, the tremolo picking, all of that works. Like, I love the guitar work on this record. And last but not least, let's talk about the vocals by Brian, but also by John and Matt. So Brian is yelling, shouting, screaming, growling and singing. All of that works really well. The only flaw I would say is that his singing here wasn't as developed as on the next releases, so it sounds sometimes rough, but besides that, everything he does is on point. When it comes to the singing by Matt, great, and the growling by John, wow, he has that old school death metal growling style, so you always know that it's him growling, because Brian's growling sounds slightly different, so you can always figure out who is doing the growling. Love the vocals, great stuff. Now let's rate individual tracks. The album opens up with an intro called Pain Glass Vision. This one does nothing to me. It's just a short intro with no music, some noises in the background. Yeah, 0 out of 10. Crushing Belial. This is where the fun begins. This is a banger. I love the intro. The tremolo riffs, the growling. We are crushing Belial. That's the chorus. Love it. The first 2 minutes of the song are straight up legendary. Then when the bridge happens with the acoustic guitars, it kinda slows down the song too much for me, but not as much to make me not enjoy that segment. It's just, I wish it was shorter. That's my only complaint. Everything else is on point. The melodeath stuff, the growling, the screaming, the atmosphere of this song is top notch. 10 out of 10. Of One Blood, the title song, this one is a classic. I love the opening solo, the main guitar riff, and then the verses happen. Force fed your values with your bro. That's like the pre-chorus. Those are the tremolo works. Then the chorus happens. Forgiveness for you stray. Protection through unity. Something like that. Sorry for my awful singing. That's the chorus. I love it. After the second chorus we get a bridge with very cool solos. I love the solos, so melodic, so powerful, full of emotions. The entire song is so much fun to listen to. After many years of listening to this one, I still don't get tired of it. Like, this song always puts me in a great mood. I love singing along to the chorus and growling the pre-chorus. Force love all of that. Yeah, this one is, wow, I've almost cried right now, like it's so good. 11 plus out of 10. The First Noble Truth. This song I love, it's more playful nature. The singing and the chorus is very beautiful. Again, lots of melodic riffs, but they're so tasteful, so fun to hear. And then like around the bridge we get another solo, more laid back moments, and at the end we get like a semi breakdown with very crunchy, thrashy riffs. So yeah, this one, yet again, legendary song. I have nothing else to add. 11 out of 10. Flash Out, this one is a re-recording of the song from the debut record, one of 3 that were re-recorded, because the band only wrote and recorded 6 songs for Of One Blood, and the label was like, nah, you need to add more songs, so the band didn't have time and they've decided to re-record 3 songs from the previous record, probably their favorite songs. I wish they would re-record Pure and Lifeless, because those were my favorites from the debut record. Sadly they are not here. Instead we have Flash Out, which is also quite fantastic. Even to this day, Shadows Fall performs this one live. I must say that I understand why. It's more metalcore, I would say, because it has a breakdown. This version is way better than the one on the debut record, but again, the chorus does not sound that great, but everything else is on point. I do love this song a lot. Back in the past I would listen to it all the time. Maybe I just grew slightly tired of it after hearing it for over thousands of times, but still, it slaps. It's a legendary song. 10 plus out of 10. Rootbound Apollo, this one, wow. It's a legendary song. It's funny because this is a re-recording of an unreleased song from Brian's previous band Overcast, which later reunited and recorded like an album where they would re-record their classic songs, and they've included a new song, this one, but in their form. So it's like a weird thing where a dude brings his song to a different band, they restructure it to make it sound more like his current band, and then he reunites with his former band and they do the song again, but in their own style. It's so weird. It's hard to say who covered who. I have no clue. Anyways, Rootbound Apollo, wow, this one is a mellow death journey. We get some acoustic guitars, the beautiful passages at the beginning, they're so soulful, so emotional. Then after that we get the main verse with the tremolo. I love the verses so much. The chorus is great as well. Every section here slaps and it's memorable and fun to listen to. You have to check out this song and then listen to the Overcast version, because while it has the same chorus, it has more of a hardcore punk metalcore vibe to it. It's very fast, it's faster than this one. This one sounds completely different, except the lyrics remain almost the same. 11 plus out of 10. Revel in My Loss is the second recording here. This song opened up their debut back in 1997. It had a long intro, that one is gone here, and I must say that this is my all-time favorite song of Shadows Fall. This version of Revel in My Loss. So the opening, the guitar riffs, the crunchiness, the verses, the breakdowns, the tremolo riffs. This one is so evil sounding, it's angry, it's passionate. I love the lyrics because they're like about people who wronged you or betrayed you, and you're like not going to take it. Yeah, revel in my lord, will see me Raj this again. Oh no, my regrets, it's emotions, it's a process that cannot repay. Again, despite my deep regrets, I love it. I love every single section here. The growling, the screaming, the attention to details, the solo later that happens. Like, everything in this song is beautiful, and I wish they would play it live. Sadly they do not, probably because it's hard to play. Like, I've tried to learn this song on the guitar and it's not easy, believe me. So yeah, I wish I could play it because it's too hard in some parts. Some parts I just cannot figure them out. But yeah, Revel in My Loss is a legendary song, one of my all-time favorite songs ever. go listen to this version, the remastered one from 2008. You're going to have a blast. 12 out of 10. Montauk is about society and machines. This song is more ominous, it has that evil nature in it, especially because of the guitar riffs. I love the pre-chorus and the verses because of the growling and screaming. The chorus is also quite fun to listen to, but you can feel that the song is supposed to be like chromatic, like the chorus is not supposed to connect well, because you hear that it's supposed to be weird, and I don't mind it. I'm sure some people might not enjoy it, but I do like stuff like that when on purpose it's supposed to be like weird, like it's so yeah, it's here. Love every single section here. I'm going to surprise you. This is not my favorite song on the record, but I prefer it slightly over Crushing Belial because it doesn't have any long moment that would be like slightly tiring to me. It's just a blast from beginning to the end. 10 plus out of 10. To Ashes, this is the final re-recording of a song from the debut record. I love this version so much. The acoustic melodies, the clean singing, the that beautiful melody, the blast beat sections with tremolo. I love all of it. It's here and it's fantastic. You need to check out this song. You're not going to be disappointed. I am happy that they've decided to re-record it because the debut record did not bring justice to this song, but this version did. 11 out of 10. And the final track, Serenity. This one is the weakest song on the record, at least to me. It's nothing special, but it's still of a high quality. I do enjoy the guitar riffs, the bridge very much, the vocals also. It's a great track, but compared to everything before it, it's kinda disappointing. So that's basically it. 9 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable, flow is ideal, replayability, yeah, it's a timeless record. I love listening to it from beginning to the end. Yeah, I always skip the intro, Pane Glass Vision, because it's worthless, but everything else is on point. I cannot imagine this record without any of these songs. Yeah, even Serenity, while it's not perfect, that song is still important to me. The highlights here are Revel in My Loss, Root Bound Apollo, The First Noble Truth, Of One Blood, Montauk and Crushing Belial. I just love this record so much. It's my favorite Shadows Fall album, like if you haven't noticed. I just have so many great memories with this one. I would listen to it all the time back in 2008, 2010. The only thing I wish there was here would be more songs, more re-recordings, like re-record Pure and Lifeless, and I would be so happy. Like, I would love to ask the band, please re-record Lifeless and Pure. These songs demand better quality. Listen to this record today, celebrate the anniversary. It deserves your love and attention. If you've enjoyed the review, give it a like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram, links in the description. Write down in the comments what do you think about Of One Blood. Do you love it? Maybe not. I would love to hear from you. Shout out to all my beautiful Patreon members who gracefully sponsor these videos. If you want, you can join my Patreon or my YouTube membership. I would love that. So that's all, and I will see you in my other videos. Bye!